G'day cobbers and welcome back to another dive down the rabbit hole. John and James Toohey are modern day legends in this part of the world, but they didn't know that would be the case when they headed up from Melbourne in the 1860s. That's right everyone, Tooheys is a Victorian beer. Having run pubs south of the border, they set about making their own beer in old Sydney town, taking over their cordial factory in Darling Harbour and getting hold of a brewery licence to get the operation off the ground. Then one September arvo, in the bustling colony, the boys sat back, knocked off the froth of a Tooheys black ale, and admired their work. It was an instant New South Wales favourite, now called Tooheys Old. Not bad for a 150-year-old drop. When Yugoslavia collapsed at the end of the Cold War, most ethnic groups formed their own states. But some groups wanted more land and they went to war with other groups. This became known as the Yugoslav Wars. This was bad, this was very, very bad, and formed what was called ethnic cleansing, basically taking entire groups of people and eradicating them by either killing or driving them off. A lot of war crimes were committed on pretty much every side. Rape hotels sprung up. It was not pretty. There were a lot of massacres, and a lot of people think that the war devolved into this, but it was like this from the very beginning, with Serb forces wiping out Bosnians en masse. A war of mass murder, with the biggest massacre in Srebrenica. There were even concentration camps. This was in the 90s. Trey Parker, Matt Stone. These guys are able to make an episode in 1 week. That's right, 1 week. They turn up on a Thursday and think, what shall we make for Wednesday? They never set out to be controversial or offensive, they just are. It all started with Jesus versus Santa, a little video that they made in the 90s, and it was seen by George Clooney. He copied it and sent it to a lot of people, and pretty soon Matt and Trey were getting calls from everywhere to make this show, and in return they thanked George by getting him to voice the gay dog Sparky. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It has a lot of famous voices, from Jay, to Michael, to Elton, to Rick James, bitch! To Meatloaf, to Ozzy. And this is just the first 3 seasons. And here's a quick list of all the guests over the years. Ever controversial, ever funny, everyone's favourite TV show. Southpark has been around for longer than some of you have been alive. And it will go on forever. Like, grass is green and stuff, man. It's like on the lawn, it's green. There are many kinds of grass. Blown grass, to grass that holds wine. It's grass, not glass. Oh man, I got sidetracked. Grass. Old Moonface, as he was affectionately known, passed away on the 30th of October 2021. He was a 4-time Gold Loogie winner. He was a star of Australian TV from its inception in 1956. A mainstay of Aussie TV over the next 70 years, Bert had done it all, from New Faces to Good Morning Australia to Family Feud. The Aussie TV Awards are called the Logies, and now that Bert has passed, there are some who think it should be named after him. And who would disagree? He was Australian TV.
I was nominated 11 times, 11 consecutive years, including 5 years for the best new face.
This is a bit of a harder, deeper one tonight.
That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said.
But I hope you enjoyed. The main point of this channel is to spark your imagination, as I give you just a hint and the tip of a topic, hoping that I did well enough for you to look more into it. Sometimes it will be funny, sometimes tragic. But I always try and be informative. And that is the end of this video. If you did like it, do give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and on that note, Havala.